The Gaza ceasefire is shaky and another war may be coming soon. As soon as the 11-day Israeli war on Gaza ended in May, preparation began in Israel and in the Strip for a new confrontation. It was clear from the start that the ceasefire brokered by Egypt was fragile and may not last long. The temporary truce was concluded under pressure from the United States, but it did not settle the most triggering issues between the two parties. As a result, conflict between Israel and Hamas could be easily reignited in the near future. From the Palestinian perspective, the sponsors of the ceasefire have done nothing to stop the Israeli aggression in Jerusalem and Al-Aqsa Mosque, which provoked Palestinian anger and ultimately led to Hamas launching rocket fire on May 10. Forced expulsions and house demolitions of Palestinian homes in occupied Jerusalem have continued, and so have Israeli settler break-ins under Israeli security protection into the Al-Aqsa Mosque compound, where the mosque is located. Despite international pressure on the Israeli government to stop these raids on Islam's third holiest site, it has continued to enable them. One of the main reasons for that is its own fragility. The new Israeli government is an unstable coalition of disparate political forces which is now subjected to fierce political attacks by former Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu after his ouster from power. Facing accusations of being left-wing, Prime Minister Naftali Bennett is intent on proving his right-wing credentials and would not risk angering the Israeli settler community or the Israeli far-right by stopping the raids on Al-Aqsa. The same is true for the forced expulsions of Palestinians from their homes in occupied Jerusalem. Ethnically cleansing the city of its Palestinian population and making it Jewish-only has been a top priority for the Israeli far-right for decades. Bennett likely fears that putting a stop to these crimes would destabilize his coalition. This continuous violence against Palestinians and the violation of Al-Aqsa's sanctity could well trigger another conflict if left unaddressed. From the Israeli perspective, Hamas emerging as the victorious side from the 11-day war was hard to swallow. Hamas's rockets fired at Israel were welcomed by Palestinians across historic Palestine, not just Gaza, and increased support for the movement. This caused much frustration within the ranks of the Israeli army, and it is likely that its leadership will push for an opportunity to even the score and polish its tarnished image.